Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. So this morning was hit with a bit of a day early surprise update patch for Final Fantasy 15. I'm talking about the 1.03 update, and a lot of people wondering exactly what has happened, what has changed with this update. So that's exactly what we're going to be covering today. So starting off with the most obvious thing that most people have figured out by now is that the New Game Plus mode has been added into Final Fantasy 15. And New Game Plus, I'm sure everyone knows what it means. Simply, when you complete the game, you can carry on over and start the story mode again. But the bigger question is, what exactly carries over to New Game Plus? Do we get to keep all our weapons? Do we keep our levels? So the first major thing that carries on over into New Game Plus is going to be our levels. That's right, if we finish the game on level 99, we actually carry on over, and when we start the game again on New Game Plus, all of our characters will already be at max level. So that's kind of disappointing for some people, which was expecting New Game Plus to be a hard mode, like more of a challenge, and it's really not going to be that much of a challenge if we are New Game Plus on level 99. Especially considering the fact that apparently all of the enemies on New Game Plus remain the exact same level as they were on your first playthrough, which is kind of disappointing, I guess. As far as weapons go, you keep all of your weapons. The main one being the Ultima Blade. A lot of people have reported it being reverted back to the Engine Blade, the base form, but that is not true. The reason this seems like the case is because you're actually given a brand new Engine Blade when you start New Game Plus, but you also do get to keep your Ultima Blade from the previous playthrough. As far as car customization goes, you get to keep all your decals, all your upgrades and stuff. The only thing you don't get to keep is the Regalia F. That's right, you won't be able to fly your car around from the beginning of the game. As far as skill levels goes, which means fishing, survival, cooking, and photography, all stay at the level whichever you had it. So if you had them all maxed out, don't worry, you won't lose that. They will stay maxed out for New Game Plus. Some of the key items, such as the MP3 player, even the Beast Whistle, your fishing rods and stuff, and even the magic flasks, actually do carry on over to New Game Plus. So you can keep most of those. There are some things that don't carry over, such as the ring you get in like Chapter 13, for example. That doesn't carry on over, as well as like the key for opening the vault doors. Those are two things that definitely do not carry over into New Game Plus. All your consumables, such as your potions, mega elixirs, and even your ingredients, they all carry on over into New Game Plus also. This goes a little bit without saying, as I've already mentioned levels, but you obviously also get to keep your Ascension Grid upgrades. So if you already got like all of your upgrades with the AP point, you won't lose those. They stay exactly the same, as well as the AP you have earned and you still haven't spent. You do get to keep those when you move on over to New Game Plus, as well as your money. So the gil, if you have got like 500k without spending, you do get to keep that when you go into New Game Plus as well. So now going over some of the stuff that doesn't actually carry on over into New Game Plus. You won't have all the icons on your world map unlocked. You'll have to discover all of those again. Your Hunter rank actually surprisingly does get reset back down to 1 also, which is kind of surprising. You can obviously do all of the side quests again. They will all get reset. And the dungeon progress. Obviously all the progress in the optional dungeons will be completely reset. But apart from that, the update actually did a few other things. The best one in my opinion has to be the fact that now you can hand more than one weapon in to Sid to upgrade at a time. This means you don't have to hand one in, do the 3 quests, rest, come back, pick up your weapon to be able to give a second one in. As long as you've got the right equipment and the right items, you can actually hand in multiple weapons to Sid at once. Another thing many of you will be very happy to hear is that they did fix the Darrow Caverns glitch. Personally, I was lucky enough to never have to experience this glitch, but I know those of you who did will know exactly what I'm talking about, and will be glad that no one else has to deal with that same bullshit thanks to the update. And the only other change that I've noticed so far is the screen ratio. I would call this more of a fuck up than a fix. Apparently, which I never noticed, a lot of people were complaining that the whole HUD was not fitting on the screen. So they seem to have lowered the aspect ratio on the screen so it fits in better. And there's an option that pretty much just indicates how you can go into your settings and change the aspect ratio. However, even if I change that, it doesn't seem to change the aspect ratio on my screen. Which means that when I'm playing, the screen is considerably smaller than I would like it to be. Luckily, most TVs these days do have options where you can manually change the aspect ratio on your screen. However, as I'm recording this of a HD PVR2, what actually records is what the screen is picking up. So I'm still getting that smaller aspect ratio even though I've enlarged my screen, which means when I'm editing this in Sony Vegas, I'll have to zoom in slightly. I'll quickly leave an example on screen if I hadn't zoomed in Sony Vegas exactly what it would look like on screen after the patch. As you can see, we get these really annoying black lines around the side, which for some people are fixed by just zooming in on the settings, but for me it didn't actually fix it, which is kind of annoying, and I really hope they do revert that back or change something to actually completely fix this. And for those of you wondering where it says bonus content on the patch notes, it's referring to the holiday pack, the mini DLC coming out tomorrow, 22nd of December. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more Final Fantasy 15 content, and we'll see you next time.